Die Heimspiele der Munich Cowboys werden Ihnen präsentiert von
Werksviertel Mitte. Urbanität neu erleben.
Ja, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, ich darf Sie herzlich begrüßen zur Pressekonferenz nach dem Spiel der Munich Cowboys gegen die Stuttgart Scorpions. Das Ergebnis war für uns nicht ganz befriedigend, 24:31 die Niederlage. Herzlichen Glückwunsch an die Sieger, die Stuttgart Scorpions. Darf Ihnen kurz das Podium vorstellen. Zu meiner Rechten ist der Headcoach der Stuttgart Scorpions, Jermaine Guynn, und O-Liner Nils Stockinger, der heute hier mit dabei ist. Zu meiner Linken Headcoach Garren, Holley von den Munich Cowboys und Jaylen, Zachery, der heute einige wirklich beeindruckende Catches hatte. Lassen Sie uns mit den Gästen beginnen. Coach Guynn, congratulations to the win. You won again. This time a little bit more points against us than the game in Stuttgart. What are your goals for the season right now?
For the most part, again, that's always a big question whenever you sit in front of maybe sponsors and fans. But our most important thing as a coach and as a group is that we focus on taking care of each individual game and each week. I don't like to look too far ahead because, again, we can be looking 3 weeks down the line and not focusing on one single game. So our big thing is Allgäu is our next game, and that's our main focus. You know, compete against Allgäu, win in Allgäu, and then, you know, be able to get ready for the next game. You know, at the end of the day, if we take care of each week, then, you know, I think the future takes care of itself. That's not a really classy or cool thing to say because people want predictions, but again, I don't have those. Again, the guys in our locker room know where we want to be at the end of the year, but the most important thing is we focus on the single game. So,
how did you change the things in Stuttgart concerning last season? It was a little bit hard season, but this season you're much stronger, much better in the league. How did you do that?
Well, I mean, it's a process. I mean, Garren's been here in Munich for a while, and it was different before Garren got here. You know, it takes time, you know, and it takes patience. I mean, obviously, you know, as a coach that, you know, things don't just happen overnight. That's why it's tough for us to see coaches that are fired within the first year because, you know, things take time. So, you know, it takes time to be able to take players and develop them and turn them into playmakers, let them understand the system. So that's just what we did, you know. Plan B was only executing Plan A better. So, I mean, for us, it wasn't a thing that we did as coaches. It was more of a thing that the players also made a decision that, hey, we wanted to be better, and it's a second year in the system, a second year in a defensive system and offensive system, and you know, you do a good job recruiting and you just keep getting better. Again, there's no secret sauce or recipe. You know, it's just executing what your original plan was. You know, I mean, after losing I don't know how many games, you know, it's not easy to see sunshine through clouds, man. But at the same time, you know that once you get over the hump, then you'll start seeing success. So I'm not going to chalk it up as, hey, this is the time where, you know, Stuttgart is there. But, you know, we're continually trying to get better. I mean, we still see on film that we have areas that we got to get better. Again, we're excited to have some success and have some victories, but we're also realistic to know that, you know, Munich has some situations where they didn't help themselves out, you know, where they maybe dropped the ball here or had a penalty there. So, you know, our job is executing, taking care of now, and then just keep continuing our plan as far as how we go along.
Thank you. Garren, loss against Stuttgart today, but it's only one loss, right? So we still have the games in the season. What was the biggest problem today?
I wouldn't say anything about the biggest problem. It's just been the same old story. Every game that we've either lost or tied has been decided in the fourth quarter in the last 2 minutes. Every single one, if you go back and watch. And they all come down to, in key moments, can we execute? On 4th and 5, can we not line up offsides? He checked with the ref the whole game, but that one situation he didn't check and he's offsides. And then the next play, we blow the coverage and they score a touchdown. Safety slips in the middle of the field. Drop the ball in key situations. Like, it's just been like that all season. And that's probably been the hardest part is losing, not necessarily getting beat, because you allow good teams to stay with you and you you're going to lose. You know, you don't put in all the right effort and execute when you have to, you're going to lose. I never take anything away from any opponent we play. I never overlook any opponent we play. I know how good the Munich Cowboys are, but I tell our guys all the time, you just haven't proved it. You have to prove it. You got to play. If we make shitty calls, we'll tell you we make bad calls or bad decisions, but I mean, we got to line up and play football and not make these mental mistakes, and we got to find ways to do some more situational stuff so we stop doing it.
Thank you. Ja, Nils, ihr habt heute wieder gegen uns ein relativ körperbetontes Spiel gehabt. München gegen Stuttgart ist immer so. Warum?
Ja, gute Frage. Also ich bin jetzt auch schon ein paar Jährchen dabei, habe schon viele Spiele hier in München mitgemacht. Und ich kann immer sagen, es ist immer ein enges Spiel und es ist immer schwierig. Und wir haben hier auch schon bittere Niederlagen eingesteckt, weil die Münchner einfach ein Team sind und das auch dieses Jahr wirklich wieder, man merkt, der Coach hat es gerade gesagt, die Spiele bei euch werden im 4. Quarter entschieden, aber auch weil ihr bis ins letzte Quarter kämpft. Also man merkt wirklich, dass ihr ein Team seid, das nicht aufgibt, und das ist natürlich Wahnsinn. Also wenn man das seinen Spielern vermitteln kann, dass sie bis zum Schluss kämpfen, dann kann man auch nach einer Niederlage erhobenen Hauptes vom Feld gehen. Das ist meine Einstellung. Und bei mir ist es einfach so, ich habe jetzt eine 6-wöchige Verletzungspause hinter mir, bin einfach froh gewesen, dass ich wieder spielen konnte, und es hat Spaß gemacht, es war ein spannendes Spiel. Ich glaube, jeder Spieler, wir spielen das Spiel ja alle auch, weil wir sowas lieben, enge Spiele, einen harten Fight, und hat Spaß gemacht, gegen die Jungs zu kämpfen, und ich bin froh, dass es wieder einigermaßen geklappt hat bei mir.
Herzlichen Dank. Jaylen, you gotta tell me the secret of this one catch. I think it was one-handed, right?
Yeah, it was a back shoulder ball. You know, I just made the play. Actually, I just, you know, Brady threw me the ball. He trusted me, and I just made the play. Nothing to it.
So, can you learn me how to be so fast as you run?
Yeah, I work at it. You know. In the weight room, I'm working and working on speed, and I track the ball whenever I make the plays, whenever my number's called. So.
And you always had 2 to 3 opponents against you, right?
Yeah, definitely. I see bracket coverage ever since week 1, so I gotta go out there and make the plays when my number's called. At the end of the day, I can't make it. You can't use it as an excuse that they bracketed me. I still gotta make the plays when my number's called.
Thank you. Gibt's Fragen von Seiten der Medien? Aktuell keine. Dann habe ich noch eine Frage. Garren, next game will be in 2 weeks. Da ist eine Frage.
Coach, your question. As you said, your last 3 games at least have been by one score. You don't lose the game in the last 2 or 3 minutes. I mean, it's a 60-minute game.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got to do for the first 57 minutes that are going to produce results?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I always just talk about we decide to turn it on too late, so that's a big part of our problem. Early on, I think just with our issues up front, everyone has issues with injuries, and it's Euroball, so it's always thin with the big guys. But we've kind of had a revolving door all season, so we've just been trying to work. I mean, I don't even know if we had a game or multiple games where we had the same guys starting, so that's always been an issue. Working through running backs has been an issue, so a big part of trying not to be a pure air raid team and throw the ball the whole game and trying to establish some type of run game, that's part of maybe starting a little slow instead of just starting the game to just throw the ball 100 times. So that's a little part of it offensively, why it takes us some time to get going. Defensively, we're usually okay early. It's just, again, in these key situations where we need that stop, we mess up. So, I mean, we work situational football every practice. We work those open down periods early in the game. We work those third down, red zone, all that stuff. Again, it's just we make too many mistakes early to where we put ourselves down, and then we're just working to fight back, and then it's like a different team once we turn the corner. So I've been really trying to figure that out all season, how we can be locked in and play how we play at the end of games. I don't know. It's something I've been struggling to figure out with the guys and putting a lot of pressure on the leaders. So it's something we're working on. It's one of those things that is getting better again. Everything's a process. That's how I've approached it since I took this job. I think that's just probably why this year hurts more than anything with these losses, just because we're right there, but we're just not taking that step.
Do you think that there is a lack of leadership on the field from your guys then?
No. It's not that. We got great leaders. I mean, a lot of the guys on defense for sure are guys that were with me on my first trip here back in 2014 and 15. So the leadership, it's not a lack of leadership. I mean, everyone has to do their job. So there's times where it's that one person that doesn't do their job, and of course that's where the ball goes. It's just those situations where it's just like, I mean, how unlucky can you get? Your safety falls down. You know, they checked to a good play for what we had called. We still covered it originally correct. He forced the ball right in the middle where the safety was, but he slipped. So what are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? It's just a lot of things like that happen. But at the same time, we're just still struggling to start fast, man. Start fast and finish fast. We start slow and finish fast. That's our problem.
One last question. Can you comment on your special teams play? Your punting, well, let's just say it's not very great.
So all season punting had been great. We had our backup punter here today because our starting partner was away on business, I believe. So obviously kickoffs were fine. Field goals were much better because that had been the big issue, has been in blocking. That had been the number one issue, blocking on field goal. He shanked some punts today, and then it hit the point where I said, we're not punting anymore. You know what I mean? That's coaching. That happens. The backup guy had his chance, and he played 50-50. You know, kicks and kickoffs were good. Field goal was good. Struggling in punting. Onside kick was good. You know what I mean? So it's just like all these highs and lows, man. We can't stay high. We go high, down, and that's causing us to get behind, and teams are beating us.
I have to mention it's not a 60-minute game; it's a 48-minute game, and we are just lacking these minutes in the back. No? So that's. Gibt's weitere Fragen von Seiten der Medien? Das ist nicht der Fall. Ich hatte noch eine Frage an unseren Head Coach Garren, Holley. The next game will be against Schwäbisch Hall. One of the easiest games, right?
I mean, it's another opponent that if you play up and down, they can make you look really, really, really bad. We've been fortunate that we play them fairly well, to a degree, to where the game doesn't get too crazy when we play them, but they're by far the most dangerous team that we see now that they got Clark with his duel. And you got Rutenbeck and Robital, and you got the rest of those guys in the running game. Like, they're pretty loaded, man. They're pretty stacked, and you got to play perfect football to even have a chance. So we get 2 weeks to prepare. And again, like I never overlook anybody. I never undersell anybody. You always have a chance. But it's just, can you go get the job done? I mean, I trust my coaching staff. I do trust my players. No matter how frustrated I may get, it's the profession. It's part of the business. But you have to have faith in yourself and your staff and your team. And then you just got to show up on game day and let the chips fall where they fall. But we're excited, always excited about the opportunity. I love playing Schwäbisch Hall. I like playing strong teams. You're a chump, I think, as a coach if you just want to play bad teams. You got to want to play good teams. You got to want to play the best teams. That really shows your character and where you're at as a program.
Thank you. Gut, wenn es keine weiteren Fragen gibt, dann darf ich nach diesem wirklich abwechslungsreichen Papenberger Game Day auf unser nächstes Heimspiel hinweisen. Am Samstag, den 27. hier im Münchner Dante-Stadion. Kickoff ist auch wieder um 16 Uhr, wie bereits erwähnt, gegen den deutschen Meister Schwäbisch Hall Unicorns. Wird sicherlich ein Highlight werden. Hier im Dante-Stadion. Ich darf mich bedanken bei unseren Sponsoren, dem Werksviertel Mitte, Dank richten auch an Papenberger Security, an Turin Group und die Goldene Rakete hier für das tolle Catering hier in der VIP-Lounge. Dank an alle weiteren Sponsoren und Partner. Darf mich herzlich bedanken bei Ihnen für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit und bis bald wieder hier im Münchner Dante-Stadion.
team.